It's been phenomenal. Can't say enough about the remarkable progress he's made with your guidance.
Working with you has been life-saving for me, a miracle, really. Like, I look today and I feel today a million times better.
I've been repigmentating. I have brown dots in places that I thought would never repigmentate around my face. All of this was white and all this is filled in. And so now I'm like a little more comfortable, because you notice I don't have any makeup around the eyes, because I think it's cute now.
He would have lots of trouble focusing, very, very hyperactive. He was bouncing off the walls constantly. He'd have trouble with headache, would not have regular bowel movements, had constipation quite often. He even stuttered quite a bit. His thought process was very foggy. He struggled in school. So that's a lot of the stuff that we dealt with day to day. And it was lots of frustration for not only myself, for him, for all of my family around. We struggled with trying to deal with him and his off-the-wall personality. And I thought it was just something we had to deal with every day. But I was wrong.
I had acid reflux problems and a lot of bloating and nausea. And I also felt like fatigue most of the day. And now I feel definitely more energized, and I'm not nearly as bloated, and my stomach issues are completely gone.
2 to 3 years ago, we just saw that he was struggling to control his emotions. He would have frequent meltdowns, specifically when he started school. It got really rough. It would take a very long time to get him to get out of the car and go into school. Someone would have to come and help him, and he'd, kick and throw a fit. That was his first year of kindergarten. And then as time gradually went on, then he started developing these tics. Majority of my hours just trying to calm my son down from things. Transitioning him to one thing to doing another was just very difficult. Getting him to want to do anything other than look at a TV was a true struggle.
And then when I started with you, he's sleeping about 8 hours a night.
When we first started, it was at 200 over 104.
Yes.
And that's come down significantly, hasn't it?
Yes, it's now, the last time it was at 128 over, I think it was 82. So phenomenal progress with that too.
I had hives all over my body. They were big welts, and it just kind of came out of nowhere.
He wakes up, he's fine. He does his jobs. He's ready to go to school. His teachers have noticed improvement, so they're like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. He's a lot more focused. He's motivated more. It's night and day. It's crazy.
I don't notice it at all anymore. And it was a everyday occurrence. He couldn't tell us one sentence without stuttering.
When we started, you had said that on a scale of 1 to 10, I asked how hyperactive Camden was, and what did you say? 20. And now, today, you said?
2.
So that's absolutely amazing.
He's not fighting for that time with me anymore. It was at one point, it just seemed like he wanted to be with me at all times. And he'd get into arguments with his brother, and he'd tell me, his baby brother, my son's only 2, my younger one. And so he'd constantly say, "Mommy, I don't feel like you're spending enough time with me." Everything was just an argument, and then the constant flipping on things and bouncing off the walls. I couldn't really focus on my other 2 younger ones because I was constantly trying to redirect him and calm him down. And it was just like things were all over the place. And I feel like we have come to a balance that I just did not imagine before.
I see the real difference. The peace is unbelievable to me. Some days I'm like, I didn't know you could have this much peace within yourself.
Teachers have noticed it, and he's noticed it. So he's happier. He does the normal course that just has the sniffles, coughs a little bit, and he's done. Yeah, he doesn't feel like he's like that kid with some burden or some problem. He just feels normal, and that's great.
It's not just my observation, but when I took him over to the dentist's office, the dentist and the staff saw a huge change in his ability to be more present, to recall information, great conversations. I also took him over to the nail salon, and even the manicurist said she's seen such a drastic change in him. The caregiver has seen a tremendous change in him. Even his ability, he's been walking an hour a day, quicker pace in his step. But with me, it's more, he's able to multitask now. He can process information a lot better. And he's also now recalling the days of the week, time of the day, and he'll remind me now of things that I have to do, which is a little scary for me.
So my son is like a whole new boy. He is just extremely social. Now he listens, he has respect, he can go to sleep, you know, between 8 to 9 o'clock and have no issue with calming down and getting prepared for that. I can now leave him in his room and he'll play with his Legos or his toys, and he doesn't worry about where I'm at. We go to the park and he's socializing with other children. He absolutely loves his friends.
The last testing I did with my endocrinologist, my cortisone level was up. My numbers were really good. And I told him, you know, I lost weight, I feel good. You know, he told me, well, I'll keep doing what you're doing and I'll see you in a year. And usually with endocrinology, they, you know, you get a checkup every 6 months. And he said, no, I'll just check you up in a year.
The last time, and I have no symptoms. They're just gone.
We started implementing some different interventions. Now I have not had to take anything for it. I would say maybe in a month.
He's still on all those medications.
So he's on nothing. His inhaler, he does not take singular, he does not take prednisone.
I definitely have a more stable mood, and I just have more control of my emotions, and I've just felt like more positive just in general.
The bloating has, like, I had a lot of bloating, gas, and I haven't had any of that. I mean, my stomach's flatter. I can even see the difference, and a lot of people haven't seen me for a while at work. If I go into a different department, they're like, wow, you know, they even notice it in my stomach area. Like, I even had that physical bloating. Even, you know, I felt it, but then you could also see it. And now that's all gone.
I still have a little bit of swelling in my lower legs and feet, but it's about 90% better. And the fatigue is much better. I still have a little bit. Like I say, I'm still on the journey to get where I want to be, but I'm leaps and bounds further ahead than I was than when we met.
I think that's the best part, that some healing is taking place and you're just not walking around sick.
You have been so instrumental in leading me in the right direction and giving me the information that I need to really feel good about not having a reoccurrence. Thank you. It's all because of you, and I am so happy.
It's definitely worth it to endure the journey.
He was on the verge of a stroke, so you literally saved his life. So thank you. And you've been a blessing in our lives, because without you, we would have never been where we are today. So I'm forever, ever indebted to you.